Hello, farmer in the house, farm owners and farm lovers. I want to share with us one of the major reasons why food crop from Africa have suffered rejection in the recent years in Europe, America, and other developed world. So if you are a food crop farmer and you are looking towards exporting your good, you have to move forward. There's something we call maximum residual level. So when you are using chemical, when you are using pesticide, be it herbicide, insecticide, nematicide, or anything, when you spray them, there's something we call residual effect. Uh, all these things don't just disappear like that. Some of them will be retained in the soil, and some of them will be retained in the food you are producing. And that is why it is always advisable for you to read the label so that you will not be using too much. Because if you are using too much, the quantity that will be retained in the food you are producing will rise up, which will make it unfit for consumption. So now, when you do your thing, there is also what we call withholding period. When you spray any food item or any fruiting item, any fruiting plant, there is a minimum period of time you are supposed to wait for it to be washed away by weather elements, be it rain, be it sun, be it air, to be washed away, all these chemicals to be washed away to a barest minimum before you can harvest and take to the market. It is usually all these things that our people don't understand or are found short of. They spray and they don't wait for the withholding period to elapse before they harvest and sell. And another thing is that they use more than enough. Maybe the container is reading uh, 50 mil for 10 liters of water. Then you are using 100 mil for 10 liters of water. You are using double the quantity of the mixture. All these things will have a residual impact on your food. And at the port of entry, when they now test your beans, they find out that the number of the quantity of the chemical that is appearing, that is remaining in your beans, is more than what is acceptable in their country. You know, all this country is not, you cannot just go and dump anything. They will test everything that their citizen will consume. And globally, there's something we call MRL, the maximum residual level. It is usually 0.01 milligram per kg of food. If of any chemical, if 0.02 is found, maybe 0.02 of glyphosate or atrazine or anything, or any type of nematicide is found in the food, is considered unfit for eating. So that is number one thing we must take note of. Another thing is that, especially if you are planning to ship your food outside, majority of the chemicals, pesticide we use in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, they are banned in Europe, they are banned in America. Glyphosate, paraquat, cypermethrin. These are active ingredients in majority of our chemicals. So if you are growing for a US market, you have to go and get the list of banned chemicals so that you will not be using those chemicals on your farm. If you are growing ginger for European market, go and get the list of banned agricultural chemicals in Europe so as not to use it during your ginger farming, because your end product, your end market is Europe. So that when you ship it there, they will not now test it and find a chemical that they've banned in their own country. That will lead to rejection. And this is telling on the image of African countries. And it is making our farmers lose money at the end of the day. Because what is the essence of you sweating and at the point of you shipping, they tell you, oh, this thing they are returning your beans, they are returning your pepper. So with this, I've come to the end of today's topic, and I hope you got value one way or the other from this video. If you actually got value from this video, kindly give it a like, share with your friends, and consider subscribing to this channel to have access to more videos. Thank you for your time, and see you on the next one. Sheshe.